Well, hello and welcome again to River Valley Farm. As you can see, it's kind of wet again, as usual anymore. So since we can't get out and do anything, we're back to the Massey Ferguson 9 square baler. Come to find out, this thing is not so well supported as we had originally thought. The twine fingers are now considered to be irreplaceable, but that's okay. I really don't see why I can't make one of these things. So yeah, somewhere along the way this rod may be a problem, but otherwise, I really don't see why I can't do this all by myself. So, yeah, that's what we're going to work on right now anyway. Looking at the knotters, they're overall in pretty good shape. By what I can see, I don't know how well I'm going to be able to do with that, but I have a torch, I have a drill press, I have some steel, so we're going to give it a shot anyway. The only thing I'm not going to be able to make would be this piece right here, which I'll show you that better once I take that off. Anyway, let me get that off since I don't have my tripod today, or at least not right handy anyway, and it's pouring, so I'm not going to go get it right now. We'll get this twine finger off and see what it looks like once we get it off of there. The only thing I've got concern over being able to make or find is something to replace this piece. So yeah, we'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, good news. I had to go get my tripod anyway. Another ambulance? Could have been. Okay, so okay. It probably wouldn't hurt if I had another one. Not today though, we can just go out and open our mouths and look up at the sky. Drink rain. Something to do, I guess. So, nice little 3/8 fine threaded thin nut and a lock washer to flat washer. And that part is done. So this is it pretty much. There's a little cotter pin right there that holds that. They've got a bushing here, or a spacer or something, to keep you from over tightening that, which I don't have on this other side, but I think we can come up with something that'll work. As you can see, this is not a real exact fit here. We have there's quite a bit of room in that, and it doesn't look like it's egged out like it's worn that way. That is good. Got a little dent right there, looks like, and something else there. But anyway, I really don't see why I can't make this piece. Even though Massey Ferguson doesn't make them anymore. Yeah, a piece of 1/4 inch steel, and then, as I said, the only thing that I'm really concerned about not being able to replace is this thing. But I have a good local hardware store, so I think I could probably come up with that. And then, as far as I'm concerned, we can probably replace this rod with a piece of all thread and 2 nuts to make the groove for the spring. So yeah, let's see what we can do here. Alright, so we're breaking it down into its components. We've got the actual twine finger off. Probably won't be a big deal to cut that out. I'm not overly sure what this little significance this little tip has. I looked at the knotters on my uncle's 124 Massey, and you know, they're made a little bit different as far as the twine fingers go, but this piece isn't here, and this is a bit more squared off, so it's all probably made to be adjusted out with the slots in these bolt holes, and being able to adjust this rod, which is fairly easy to accomplish, it would appear, as this is not even threaded. It's just got a clamp bolt, or it's a clamp style deal. It just slides over it, and then you tighten this nut down to where you want it at, which we'll go ahead and just put this back on so we know where to put it, know where it's supposed to be. And then let me go find some steel. The approximate thickness of this thing, and then we'll see what we can do about burning one out. This up here is going to be really hard to do with a torch, and it's going to be hard to follow that radius with a grinder, so we may try and cut one without this piece. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, so I've got my piece on the steel that I found, and hopefully you can see my line. I for some reason don't have any soapstone today, but anyway, we can do this and make it a little bit more visible. So you can see I've got a line marked around this thing, and yes, I went way big because it'll be a lot easier to grind it to the right size than it will be to cut it to the right size. So that's what we're shooting for, is being able to grind it off and make it fit, rather than having to go straight to it with a torch. If I had a plasma cutter, probably be a little bit better able to do that, but we don't, so we're just gonna do it with a torch and then grind it to fit. Alright, let's see what kind of damage we can do here. Okay. One of these days I'm going to have to break down and get a new torch tip too. That might make it a little bit better. So yeah, first step to being able to cut decent is being comfortable. So don't be afraid to turn the piece that you're cutting to make it so you can reach it without messing things up. Oh. Often the simplest things are the hardest to learn. And also, don't be afraid to counterbalance it either. See what we're looking at here. Okay. What? You're all done? Okay. Huh? Why? Why do you want to be noisy again? Didn't get the flag cleared. Of course, I think there's a little bit of rust on the back side of this piece too, so that's not helping anything. few little pieces of slag left in there, but nothing major. And one small fire, again, nothing major. Yes, I'm done making noise for right now. So anyway, guys, that's my roughed out piece for the baler. Probably gonna take me quite a while to get it ground down, but that's what it looks like right now. Once I get it loose from there and dip it in some water, which shouldn't be hard to find, get it cooled off, I'll start working it over with the grinder. Alright, so here we have our cooled piece of steel that we're going to use to make this out of. Now to do this, I'm going to use this very tired, very illegal, very antique Craftsman bench grinder for the most part. So yeah, I have a better grinder, but I haven't set it up yet. I need to do that, though this one does still work. So we're just going to use this one for now. I'm not going to bore you with the details of watching sparks fly and all that good stuff because, well, it's part of the process. But if you can't imagine what grinding steel looks like, well, I guess you better go watch somebody else that grinds steel. Anyway, guys, I'll see if I can get this thing in shape and I'll get back with you. Oh, alright guys, so we're getting this one end anyway pretty good. I'm going to have to reset just a little bit on this and keep grinding some more. As you can see, I've got a couple pair of vice grips to use to make it all work out a little bit better, easier to hold on to and stuff. This thing's probably not going to look real pretty, but it will serve the purpose, I think, once we get it ground down. I'm probably about 30, maybe 40 minutes in at this point in time, but not much else to do, and they say no, we don't have that anymore. And the one place in the country that did say they had a new one turned out not to have one. So yeah, I'll keep grinding. We'll see what we come up with. Alright guys, so this is the original twine finger on the top. As you can see, it might not be the most beautiful thing in the world, but we're ground down. I'm gonna have to get a regular like 4-inch angle grinder and grind out a little bit more in this radius right here, but otherwise I don't need Massey Ferguson to make parts. I'll make my own. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna have to drill a couple holes, and as I said, we need to clean up that radius right there just a little bit more on the new one. But anyway, I think we got it for the most part. So yeah, stay tuned for part 2 of Screw You Massey Ferguson. I'll make my own parts, and we'll get back to you later. Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe for more.